Hey guys, welcome to my first vendor reset video. I'm going to be starting off in the base of operations just to show you what they've got as well. To start off, we've got a classic RPK 74. It's got unforgiving, capable and accurate. A pro red dot sight with critical hit damage, critical hit chance and headshot damage. And the gear vendor, we have tactical pads with focus in electronics, exotic damage resilience, and enemy armor damage. A prototype stamina mod with focuses in health and a critical hit chance. And the Dark Zone gear vendor, in the base operations, we've got a classic M4 with swift, competent, and brutal. It's actually alright, and it actually rolls in the highest for enemy armor damage, and good base damage as well. I'd recommend that. Spec Ops mask with a firearms focus, damage to elites and enemy armor damage, pretty good. A stamina mod, focuses in health and exotic damage resilience. A large suppressor, critical hit damage, accuracy, stability, and reduced threat. At the advanced weaponry vendor, we have a Storm Type F with expert and intense, a tactical tactical vector, unforgiving, self-preserved and dominant, a lightweight M4 with skilled, predatory and capable, SASG 12, trained, adapt and sustained, a surplus SVD, commanding, predatory and disciplined, a military MK46 with malicious, determined and deadly, a quick release mag, reload speed, critical hit chance and mag size, a rifle suppressor with headshot damage, crit chance and accuracy, a laser grip with accuracy, stability and crit damage, and a hollow sight tan with critical hit chance, accuracy, and at the special equipments vendor we have a first wave X45, still one of the best pistols going, with expert and destructive, another Vector 45 with fierce, swift and brutal, got an LVAC C with vicious, deadly and destructive, which is exceptionally good, but unfortunately it rolls on the low side of the enemy armor damage. A Super 90 with commanding, unforgiving and dominant, a classic M4 carbine with sustained, talented and competent, military L86 with unforgiving, accurate and competent, a Spec Ops mask focusing in electronics with damage to elites and blind and deaf resilience, a striker mask focusing in health, skill power and blind/deaf resilience, final measure mask focusing in DPS with damage to elites and increased kill XP, a predator's mask focusing in DPS, critical hit chance and skill XP, increased XP, a Firecrest mask focusing in firearms, critical hit chance and burn resilience, a Gunslinger vest with electronics, armor, damage to elites and ammo capacity, tactical vest, a Tactician's Authority vest focusing in health, damage to elites, more health and increased kill XP, a Lone Star vest with stamina, exotic damage resilience, health on kill and ammo capacity, a defense vest with stamina, damage to elites, protection from elites and ammo, an operator pack with stamina, signature, ability, resource gain and ammo, a Sentry cool pack with firearms, critical hit damage and disruption resilience, Deadeye go bag with electronics, armor and bleed resilience, Banshee shadow pack with stamina, critical hit damage and burn resilience, tactical pads with stamina, protection from elites, and enemy armor damage, which is good. Hunter's Faith knee pads, stamina, critical hit damage, unfortunately no enemy armor damage. A Spec Ops holster with, unfortunately, a low side on electronics, but stamina and firearms both are in the high side, which is good, and protection from elites. Spec Ops gloves with stamina, critical hit damage, assault rifle damage, and pistol damage. Gloves of the Nomad, firearms, marksman rifle damage, critical hit damage, health on kill. Reclaimer gloves, DPS, critical hit damage, pistol damage, and shotgun damage. Alpha Bridge gloves with stamina, pistol damage, critical hit damage, and shotgun damage. A firearms mod with kind of on the low side for the firearms, but a good amount of health. And a first aid self-heal. I would recommend that, but there is a better one later on, so I'd definitely recommend that one over this one. A heavy magazine spring, critical hit damage, magazine size. Large suppressor with crit damage, crit chance, and stability. A vertical grip, optimal range, critical hit damage, reload speed. A small RDS scope with stability, critical hit damage, and critical hit chance. And a special blueprints vendor, we have the classic RPK-74. It's a very, very good LMG, but the Pecan is still the best. We got the converted used SC blueprint, stamina gloves, really good, especially if you can get Savage gloves. Electronics backpack, angled grip, a holographic sight, a performance gear mod blueprint, at the Times Square safe house we have a tactical vest, reckless, stamina, protection from elites, damage to elites, and increased kill XP. A ballistic shield damage resilience proto mod. At Clinton safe house we have a custom L86 with brutal, malicious, and talented. A small grip with critical hit damage, stability, and reload speed as well. At Hell's Kitchen safe house we have tactical knee pads, stamina, health, enemy armor damage, and a pulse duration. At Hudson's Yard safe house we have a Black Market SSG-12, self-preserved, swift, and adapt, and a compensator, stability, headshot damage, optimal range. At Garmin District safe house we have an operator pack, specialized, which is actually a really good perk. DPS, firearms, armor, and bleed resilience. You can just roll out the bleed resilience. And a mobile cover damage resilience proto mod. At Camp Hudson we have a custom L86, deadly, accurate, and prepared. A Offspring suppressor, accuracy, headshot damage, optimal range. At the Meat Locker safe house we have a custom M44 with dominant, destructive, and disciplined. A Tyrant suppressor, critical hit chance, stability, and optimal range as well. At Madison Stand safe house we have a Spec Ops mask, firearms, refreshed, health from kill, and blind and deaf resilience. A stamina mod with a decent amount of health and exotic damage resilience. At the last call safe house, we have a tactical org, commanding brutal and deadly. A pro red dot sight with critical hit damage, accuracy and optimal range as well. At the ward safe house, we have operator pads, firearms, protection from elites but no enemy armor damage, and a sticky bomb explosion radius. At Southpaw safe house, there is a Spec Ops pads as well, stamina, critical hit damage and no enemy armor damage, and electronics mod with exotic damage resilience. At the Grindhouse safe house, a military Sky H, ferocious, deadly and toxic, still one of the best snipers out there. A large suppressor with critical hit damage, critical hit chance and headshot damage. It's really good. At Turtle Bay safe house, we have a tactical vest, a rapid, electronics, health, protection and increased kill XP. And finally a first aid self-heal. It's good, but the one later on is going to be 6%, and if you've got the Dark Zone funds, I'd recommend that one over this one. But if you don't have the DZ funds, then get this one. And finally at Midtown East, we have a SSG-12 with dominant, trained and fierce, and a compensator with stability, headshot damage and accuracy. Moving on to the checkpoint DZs, we're at East 53rd Street, and we've got a double barrel shotgun with deadly, dominant and determined, a tactical mask with firearms, tenacious, skill power and increased kill XP, a first aid self-heal, the 6% I was talking about earlier. This is the one that you should definitely get if you can afford it. A MK5 scope with headshot damage, critical hit chance and optimal range. At East 46th Street, we have a police MK17 with malicious, intense and harmful. A Spec Ops holster with steadfast and armor. Got okay roll in the stamina, but not the DPS or the electronics. Sticky bomb damage proto mod. A red dot sight with headshot damage, accuracy and critical hit damage. At East 42nd Street, we have a tactical SSG-12, dominant, talented and trained. A operator mask with stamina, enduring, damage to elites and enemy armor damage. Electronics mod with exotic damage resilience. A tyrant suppressor with critical hit damage, optimal range and critical hit chance. At East 40th Street, we have a surplus SVD, capable, brutal and disciplined. Operator pack, relentless, stamina, signature ability resource gain and burn resilience. Mobile health cover mod, extended magazine, 110 magazine size, reload speed and critical hit damage. At East 34th Street, we have a converted SUSC with skilled, deadly and ambusher, tactical gloves, cunning, electronics, SMG, critical hit damage, critical hit chance, first aid, ally heal, not bad, a heavy spring magazine, critical hit damage, crit chance, and rate. At East 31st Street, we got a sawn-off double-barrel shotgun with trained, sustained, and self-preserved. Operator gloves, electronics, SMG, pistol damage, and health on kill. Mobile health cover, a hollow sight with critical hit chance, stability, and headshot damage. At 5th Avenue vendor, we have a military MK46, self-preserved, brutal, and accurate. A operator mask, firearms, refreshed, health, and blind resilience. A support station healing speed. A holographic sight, optimal range, accuracy, and critical hit damage as well. At West 31st Street, we have a Super 90 shotgun, destructive, determined, and commanding. Operator gloves, savage, stamina, health on kill, critical hit chance, and LMG damage. A firearms mod with ability resource gain, and a small grip with critical hit damage, stability, and accuracy. At West 34th Street, we have a classic M60, talented, self-preserved, prepared. Tactical mask, electronics, rehabilitated, health, and burn resilience. A firearms mod with skill haste, laser green sight, with accuracy, speed, reload speed, and stable. At West 39th Street, we have a police UMP-45 with adapt, unforgiving, and ambusher. Operator gloves, electronics, damage to elite, shotgun damage, and critical hit damage. A stamina mod with skill power. A flash hider with accuracy, stability, and critical hit chance. At West 42nd Street, we have a military MK46, swift, self-preserved, and commanding. Tactical holster, a main role in firearms, and the other two are kind of on the low side with armor. A first aid ally heal, a compensator, stability, headshot damage, and critical hit chance. At West 46th Street, we have a military MK46, capable, malicious, and predatory. Operator pads, firearms, damage to elites, and no enemy armor damage. A pulse duration, a suppressor with critical hit chance, stability, and critical hit damage. And finally, West 53rd Street, we have a storm type F, with expert and militia, fierce, ferocious. A tactical holster with sturdy and a main role in electronics with pistol damage. A prototype first aid self heal, which is really good, it's 6% and a level 34, so I'd recommend buying that. A suppressor with critical hit chance, optimal range, and stability. At the DZ Vendor 06, we have a striker mask, electronics, damage to elites, enemy armor damage, an Alpha Bridge chest piece with stamina, armor, protection from elites, and ammo, an Alpha Bridge rucksack with electronics, critical hit damage, and disruption. That's disappointing. Hunter's Faith knee pads with stamina, critical hit damage. Banshee Shadow holster. Main role is firearms with armor. Reclaimer gloves with firearms, health on kill, LMG damage, and damage to elites. At DZ Vendor 05, we have a heavy velocity mag with crit damage, crit chance, and reload speed. A compensator, stability, critical hit damage, and headshot damage. A hand stop with reload speed, stability, and optimal range. For a holographic sight, we have optimal range, stability, and accuracy. For DZ04 vendor, we have a prototype electronics mod with skill power and a ballistic shield health. The DZ03 vendor has M1911 with expert and responsive, converted SMG, adapt, commanding and fierce, tactical MK16, talented, swift and malicious, double barrel sawn-off shotgun with responsive, commanding and malicious, a police MK17 with competent, cool-headed and accuracy, and finally a military M60 with self-preserved, sustained and deadly. And finally, at DZ02, we have a tactical mask with electronics, critical hit chance and enemy armor damage, a gunslinger vest with electronics, exotic damage resilience, protection from elites and kill XP, an operator pad with electronics, signature resource gain and bleed resilience, a Spec Ops knee pads with firearms, electronic, exotic damage resilience and enemy armor damage, operator holster, main role is stamina and skill haste, and finally the operator gloves, stamina, damage to elites, marksman damage and critical hit damage. That's it for all the vendors and everything. I hope you enjoyed. Good luck in the Dark Zone and see you guys next time.